Hong Kong was the first to feel the full fury of Super Typhoon Ragasa as it swept in from the South China Sea. The city raised its highest storm warning, signal number 10, and urged millions of residents to remain indoors as towering waves and gale-force winds pounded the coastline. Streets in districts like Chung Kwan O and Heng Fa Chuen were submerged as seawater spilled over seawalls and pushed into building lobbies. Across the city, more than 300 incidents of fallen trees were reported. Several landslides were triggered, and low-lying roads became impassable. Public services came to a halt. Flights were canceled at Hong Kong International Airport, leading to one of the longest closures in its history. Buses, ferries, and the MTR rail network suspended operations. Schools closed, shops shuttered, and city life was paralyzed as the storm unleashed its power. Nearly 90 people were injured, most struck by falling objects or debris, and close to 900 sought refuge in emergency shelters.
Okay.
One dramatic rescue unfolded when a mother and her young son were swept into the sea while watching the waves. Both were pulled from the water, but the boy remains in critical condition, a sobering reminder of the storm's danger. As the system tracked westward, conditions began to ease in Hong Kong. The observatory gradually lowered warnings, but the city remained under the threat of flash floods and further landslides. Cleanup crews immediately began clearing debris, pumping out floodwater, and restoring power. Authorities stressed that early preparation and rapid evacuation measures helped to limit casualties, but the storm left scars that will take time to heal. From there, Ragasa roared into Guangdong province, making landfall near Yangjiang with winds still near 175 kilometers per hour. Though slightly weakened, the storm carried immense amounts of rain, and the coastline braced for a dangerous surge of up to 2.8 meters. In one of the largest emergency operations in recent years, nearly 2 million residents were evacuated from vulnerable areas. Fishing fleets rushed back to harbor, ports shut down, and tens of thousands of responders were mobilized with supplies, medical teams, and heavy equipment.
끝났죠.
The inland advance of Ragasa brought torrents of rain that quickly swelled rivers, flooded villages, and washed away roads. Power outages spread, communications lines were severed, and many communities were cut off. Authorities urged people to remain indoors, stock up on essentials, and avoid travel. Warning that even as winds weaken, relentless downpours could still trigger flash floods, landslides, and dangerous debris flows. The storm's devastation was not confined to the mainland and Hong Kong. In Taiwan, earlier struck by Ragasa's outer bands, entire communities were ravaged. A barrier lake burst in Hualien County, sending a wall of water into nearby towns. "17 people were confirmed dead, 17 remained missing, and countless homes and bridges were destroyed. Rescue teams are still digging through mud and collapsed infrastructure, searching for survivors. Now, as Ragasa pushes further inland, its winds may be losing strength, but the danger is far from over. Meteorologists warn that lingering rain bands will drench southern China for days, pushing already swollen rivers to their limits and threatening embankments and dams."